Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Let's see what we have, and I hope you guys are all doing well. We have a tarot reading for you guys, and got a few decks here we're going to get into, and we are starting with the Native Spirit deck today. Let's see what we got for Sagittarius, please. Take what fits and leave out the rest. These are general readings, right? If you kind of really want to know exactly what's going on in your life, then, a private reading is always best, right? We have the medicine woman and the medicine man, Sagittarius. Yeah, maybe there is a couple here, right? There could be a divine couple, but we're going to have a look at that. And then we have the talking stick. Somebody may want to talk to you here. They might want to heal something. We're going to have a look at that. And we have the medicine bag. There's healing here for sure. There is some type of healing. Let's look at the medicine woman and the man. Let's see what they say here. All right, this talks about wisdom and healing energies from spirited allies, right? Or, spirit guides that are, working together, allies. This talks about somebody who's a natural healer and who may be on the mend. The talking stick. Let's see what their version is here. I know what it is, but it's about speaking your truth. Yeah, it definitely is. Somebody wants to heal a situation with you and they're wiser. Something like that here, Sagittarius. We have the medicine bag, right? And that, did you guys ever have a doctor bag when you were a kid? I mean, I did. I wanted to be a doctor when I was real little. So I always had a doctor's kit, like as a gift, right? Kind of got sidetracked, right? You can tell. But yeah, and this is gathering your resources. Vast inner power is growing in your life. Step back and let it grow. Choose wisely and don't make hasty decisions. Somebody made a decision here and they are wiser. Remember I was saying that. They made a decision and they want to talk to you, Sagittarius. Yeah, there's I'm pretty sure they want to speak their truth, and there's a decision that was made here, but made with, with care. Right, let's see what we got here. Maybe you don't make it, Sagittarius, because, we can be quite impulsive, right? I'm trying not to do that in my life for sure. As we get older, we do less of it because we start to really evolve, right? And become the North Node, become our North Node, become our evolved or our best self. That's why it's good to get past life readings. Those really help you. They do. Let's see what we got here, because the past life readings are connected to the South Node. Your fate and your destiny or your evolution is the North. Your best self is the North Node. Let's see what we got. We have building blocks. Very good. So this is about wisdom here. It's about putting things together, right? All these things that are very important. Integrity, wisdom, growth, and, things like that. Healing. Putting those together to create something. And it is a completion. We have yin. And somebody is trusting their intuition and open to something very beautiful. It's a number 2. So it's open to a couple, like being together. It can be open. This is also like a choice, but this was already made because somebody wants to speak their truth. Talking stick. And time for a nap. They could be tired. But there was a realization here because it's a number 6. So, that realization means, God, I'm exhausted now from what I've kind of learned, and now let me rest and take a nap. Yeah, the moon is there with the fox. So the fox always means somebody is smarter. Yeah, not necessarily, trying to deceive or anything like that. Yeah. Let's see what else we have. We have the Page of Wands, and I'm using this deck because it's got some different cards. The Star. And we have the Hierophant. Yeah, so the Hierophant shows up as a different Hierophant. That's why I wanted to use this deck. But Page of Wands is a new direction here. Somebody wants to build it with you, Sagittarius. They're going to speak their truth. Maybe they have healed something within. It's possible. They're definitely smarter and wiser, right? That's interesting about smart, though. Smart's not always wise, right? Yeah, it's not. But here we have the Star. I have to cover her because she's naked and I don't want to get in any trouble here. We're going to cover that right now. And so the Star is, it can be about healing. It's about being inspired for something, faith and hope. And it's also a number 8. The 17 is an 8, and that means that there is progress to be made here, movement, change, things like that, and maybe through healing. The water's here. And now we have this Hierophant, and he's a little concerned about a decision he made, and his head is cocked to the side. He's holding the rosary like, I hope this is the right decision I made, right? Yeah. I hope it's a smart one, right? Interesting, we're coming into the Gemini new moon. That can be about smart decisions moving forward, right? But this Hierophant right here, with this, he's holding the rosary. So he already made a decision. He put his sword down. I didn't know they had one. It's a specter. Maybe it's just a specter, right? But he put those down, and there's flowers kind of on the floor there. That's kind of interesting, right? And he's in deep thought, and he's really kind of praying that his decision is the right one. That's really what he's doing, right? People pray with the rosary. Yeah, and yeah, they do. Some people do, right? So let's see what we got. If you want to get a psychic reading, Sagittarius, I'm always looking for accuracies. I always check for that all day long and twice on Sunday with every reading, and they're lots of fun. I have different formats, a live recording, a live reading, or recording, or both. If you don't know somebody or you really need to get the skinny on somebody, yeah, they definitely help you. With regard to your own situation, I'm a Canfield coach. I'm a life coach, so I can help you with your own, insight about your own things. And yeah, that was Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul. And also Mystic Sense, that's a free 5-minute psychic reading for you. Everything's below. The tarot readings are done the same way, whatever format you want. I just find it to be more fun and engaging, especially with the psychic readings when we do them on a live call. But you can get it your own. Just a recording, and also past life readings are available. Those are Dolores Cannon style. Those are about your evolution. Those would help you realize that you're holding on to something. Everybody does that is hindering them, even if it's subtle. But for a lot of people, it's major, right? To leave past karma behind. So let's get into it, Sagittarius. Everything is below in the description box, and we start with the Hierophant. Look, so he's over here. And he's looking different, right? He's his dress is brighter here, yeah. But he's just, he has his 2 fingers in the air, and he's got his specter here. Over here, he already made a decision, and he's very concerned about his decision. So let's put this Hierophant back. The Emperor's reverse. So whatever decision was made was to create some form of stability. Somebody could realize that they were not acting in the past, maybe with wisdom or, making decisions or something like that, or their life wasn't really stable. The Emperor reversed, it's really about that. Could be about a dad who, maybe he's had, a father who's had a hard situation, a hard relationship, or it really can, right? Let's see what else we have. And it could be about somebody who wasn't very mature. It can. But yeah, we have wisdom when we start with the medicine woman and the medicine man. Yeah. And we have the 5 of Swords. It is about loss usually. It's about usually a defeat. Usually it is. It can be about like mind games and stuff like that. And, people who think they're winning and they're really in, you're not trying to win in a relationship. No, you're not, right? It's not winning. And we have 3 of Pentacles. Death card reversed. The Empress. Underneath the Emperor, there's like a divine couple going on here. Yeah. And this Emperor sees that a woman, it can be switched, right? But a woman, or any amount of people here, the Emperor could be seeing, or anybody, man, woman, whatever, could be seeing that this Empress is helping them has kind of helped them with some realization, like their wisdom has helped them grow, and that now they are open, right? There could have been some like kind of receptive, like yin energy that helps somebody like wake up, like, well, I'm not doing this right, or I'm not looking at life right, or my perspective is off. Because we have somebody who wants to speak their truth, and we have healing and wisdom here, and the building blocks. Yeah, so these building blocks were not available in the past because somebody was stubborn or just completely in their divine masculine energy, right? It doesn't help. No, it doesn't when you are just kind of one-sided. That's kind of what that's about. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and somebody's worried in this reading. Maybe it is a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn, because we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So now you're able to see the cards. Now, in the reading, Sagittarius, somebody doesn't want something to end. Death card reversed. Underneath the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about our wisdom. It can also be about our faith, right? Because people go to the Hierophant. They do for, advice and, the priest and, all this stuff. But the Hierophant is about wisdom. And that's why these two men are here, these clergy, right? These, maybe they're squires, priests, whatever. But they are basically, at the Hierophant's feet here. And here are the keys. So they think he has the keys to the kingdom, the keys to wisdom, and right, all that. But this is also about what somebody believes in. And we know they believe in something beautiful, a new path, because here is the Page of Wands. Yes, up here. And they are inspired with the star. They believe in something new. The Yin card is showing that. I'm open, I'm receptive. I believe in my intuition. I do. And the building blocks and what it can do for me. So somebody's coming to speak their truth, and they've already made some type of a decision, I believe. Because remember the Hierophant, where is he? Where he was, his head's cocked to the side. He's concerned about a decision he already made, right? Now, here we start with the Hierophant, the Emperor reversed, the Five of Swords. So this is about somebody who has faith in you guys healing a situation, most likely. Unless this is you, like, feeling like, maybe you need to speak your truth and you're healing from something. That could be the case as well. The Hierophant sometimes talks about a marriage, any type of institution, right? But I mean, in essence, it's about faith and wisdom, believing in something and having wisdom. So, the Emperor reversed, maybe somebody had to leave a relationship, a father possibly, right? It could be, we'll get a card on it. But it does talk about somebody like being smarter in their life, being a lot more wiser, because we start with the medicine woman and the man. It's about wisdom, right? Excuse me. God, I beg your pardon. You may not be the medicine man or the medicine woman if you're not wise, right? They're not going to let you do that. They're going to say, you need to go do something else with your life, right? You cannot be that. We have the Hangman. Now, could be a Pisces here. The Hierophant represents Taurus, but, it doesn't necessarily have to. The Emperor can be Aries. Now, the Hangman, not reversed. The Hangman's in the upright. There's a release here. There's something that's let go that was not stable. Somebody's energy wasn't so stable. And now, excuse me, they're wiser. So they're about to speak their truth, Sagittarius. They are. And I feel like they're worried. Here we have the Nine of Swords. Whoops. And that is worry or anxiety. Same thing, right? Anxiety is just, you're worried that things are not going to go well in the future, right? So you're anxious. Five of Swords right here is why it's all happening. This is It's a feat. This is defeat. Something's defeated here. There's an ending of Swords, and that's not clear really what that is. I mean, as I said, maybe there's a father here who is kind of, ending a relationship here. They could have felt sacrificed in their own life, because the Hangman is about sacrifice, right? It's also about release and surrender. We do have a surrendering to the divine with the yin energy. This is like, I don't know everything, and I'm not stuck in these old patterns where I just feel like, well, hey, it's like that, everything's like that, and excuse me, and that can create difficulty. We have difficulty in this reading because this Nine of Wands, he's already suffered. You got a bandage. Five of Swords is always something difficult because it's like defeat, right? It can be a battle. It can be, it can be somebody mind games, right? And this Hierophant, Emperor reverse, that can be something difficult because somebody wasn't able to control the situation. or they felt like they couldn't because of their beliefs. Because we have the Hierophant here twice and the Yin card. The Yin card talks about your beliefs, being open and receptive and intuitive. That's really what it is. Trust your intuition, trust your higher self. Not everything's physical in this life, right? Yeah, and so that's how that is. All right, the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, where somebody here in the reading, Sagittarius, is already kind of taken a beating of sorts. Could have been a psychological one. I mean, we're hoping it's not physical. It's next to a physical card, Three of Pentacles, but it doesn't have to be that. We're not really talking about like fighting with somebody or getting physically whooped. But, the Nine of Wands is about somebody who is, they're inspired, but they've already suffered, and they're trying to make it to the end so they can have what they want. And they can typically lay down a burden, because the Ten of lay down something heavy or just put it aside and not deal with it anymore. With the Yin card, we see somebody thinking differently about their life, right? Receptive, open to other possibilities. Not just like, hey, my life never works out, or just something like that, or some type of kind of limiting limiting belief pattern. And over here, he is, he's got courage, and he's already been beat up. He's got the bandage. So this is definitely about possibilities for the future. It is. That's why we have building blocks, right? And we need building blocks. Not just one thing is going to carry you over kind of the threshold, unless it's just your intuition and you're trusting your heart, then that creates all possibilities, right? So this Nine of Wands is external to you with the Seven of Cups. A choice has already been made, and I've already said that because the Hierophant is here with his head cocked to the side like, gee, I hope this was the right decision, right? And he's pretty he's like worried, and he is, right? His eyes are closed. You can tell by his face that things are kind of tough for him, at least in his mind, right? So somebody made a choice here, and they could have let something go. Five of Swords right next to it, like defeated somebody else, something else that kind of wasn't like with what somebody was aligned with either, because the talking stick is speaking your truth. And speaking your truth, can simply be, I'm not aligned with this other thing, or I'm more aligned with this, right? We have wisdom, so we know somebody's made a decision based on what they're aligned with, right? Like the right person. This person feels like they are like perfect for you, Sagittarius. That's how this reading is really looking, right? Now, the Three of Pentacles is how somebody is seeing themselves. This is, being very collaborative, right? Or manifesting something. This card's about somebody who wants to work together, and these people are in the church, and they're all working together. He's holding the plans up. I always thought it was like a baptism, but, in this deck, he's with the squire. I don't think he's baptizing the squire or the priest or whatever. I don't think so, right? So, but this is about manifesting. It is, and working together. Two of Wands. And this person or you sees themselves as choosing a new path, choosing a way to live, choosing possibly where to live. He's holding the globe, right? And this is a two. This is about two people. And so is the Yin. This is about believing potentially that somebody is a soulmate, or that this is the right path because I'm trusting my intuition, right? Yeah. And so the Death card reverse, showing up in the past, underneath this Hierophant, which is really about this decision that was made. We see it with the other Hierophant, or them having such faith in you because they feel aligned with you, right? This person feels at home with you. And the Death card reversed, they don't want things to end. So, maybe you called them up, Sagittarius, last night and said, if I ever see you around here, I'm going to, sick my 3 dogs on you. I mean, I don't really know, right? It's a little extreme, right? Yeah. But yeah, and the Empress is in the concern with the Hermit. Maybe they're a Virgo. They could be, Taurus or Libra, really any, right? Any sign. But the Hermit is about wisdom. It's about finding spiritual, like gaining intuition, finding the answers spiritually, right? Like transcending, overcoming spiritually, overcoming problems, and just understanding life completely. intuitively. And that's what he has done, or he's taken the time out to do it. He has. So this could be time that has gone by. And here we have the Four of Pentacles. This person wants to hold on to you, Sagittarius, right? Maybe they have a lot of money because, he's really holding on to this money. This can be holding on to your values because I'm so aligned with Sagittarius, right? Yeah, and we have the Nine of Swords, and this is the worry. They're worried maybe they can't hold on to you with the High Priestess. Maybe they had you as a secret because the High Priestess does talk about, things that are hidden. It could be. It's also about trusting your intuition, it definitely is. But that part is not clear if they had you as, as a secret. It's not really, it's not really shown in this reading. It's not. But we'll get another card on that High Priestess, and now we have it with the Eight of Wands. This is about third-party energy where this person feels aligned with you and they let something else go in their life, and they're a little worried about this, maybe somebody else here. Because this could be worry about change. This High Priestess could be a person, could be a Piscean or a Scorpio. The reason I say that is I have the Death card, Scorpio, and the Hangman, Pisces here. So yeah, and there is a sacrifice here with the Emperor reversed. This could be a marriage that's being let go. Definitely could be. And now we have in the potential outcome the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And it's with the Star. We've already seen the Star. We have it with the Queen of Pentacles. So the Jack, the Queen, is here. Virgo, Taurus is here, basically. I mean, there could be a Capricorn too. But there's an Earth sign. I feel like there's an Earth sign in this reading. It could just be the energy. We start with Earth energy, really, which is kind of interesting because the Hierophant represents Taurus, but it's not really It's not really an earthy card, really. It's about spirit, right? The Hierophant, right? It's about what you believe in, spiritual beliefs, right? Yeah, just stuff like that. What you have faith in, right? Yeah, exactly. We're going to end this reading though because somebody has faith in you. Somebody has gained wisdom here. And they are on some kind of a new lifeline that they have chosen. Yeah, and they are coming to speak their truth with a talking stick, Sagittarius, right? Yeah, they are. So, watch out for the stick, all right? We're going to end this reading, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me here. Everything's in the description box if you'd like to join me for a reading. They are lots of fun. And please like, share, and subscribe because it really helps me to keep these videos coming, right? Also, hit the little bell if you want to get notifications. Thanks so much, guys.